tired. Let's do this anyway. Hi, welcome. Today, of course, we are Saturday, the second Saturday of the month, because the first Saturday of the month was too goddamn close and I did not have the colors yet. So, I'm Shiro, and today we are doing the OLOColors challenge for this month. I was hoping for some specific materials. They did not show up yet. I am zero surprised considering I live in the middle of frickin' nowhere. But in the meantime, before we officially start, regulars will have noticed that I changed the goal at the bottom left of the screen, which is now some curtains for my studio. So I have like a minimum, like really minimum privacy, mostly to try and lighten up the place a little bit, because I don't have a door on my studio, and it leads out to the void basically, and it's always on camera, so I would like to have something a little prettier and a little sound dampener and stuff like that. Anyway, the reason we are not starting the show exactly yet, and it is related to the goal, is that when Throne said that they have sped up the payout process, they were not kidding. They were, holy jeez, this showed up like a couple days ago. It was the previous goal, which I have to thank you all for helping me reach it. It is my new set of metallic 24 colors Kool-Aid Gunsight Tombi paints. Let's take a look-see up close and personal, because I do not want to fuck around with my camera. Let's open the box and let's take out the little plastic. And let's take a look. Like already you guys can tell that I've already swatched it, because we're not going to do that on camera because it will take way too long with how long it took for them to dry. But yeah, here they are. And let me tell you that the way they're shining right now is not just because of the plasticky surface of the Gunsight Tombis, though it does help. So pretty, but they really are that shiny. Now, for some reason, the swatch card in this set was loose. I have it taped on with some transparent removable tape, which I always keep handy at my desk. But like, look at the shine on most of these. The ones that don't shine as much are the gem colors. The turquoise gem is shining pretty good compared to all the other ones. Let's see. Gem red, gem turquoise shine pretty good. Gem pink, violet, blue, green, and lapis lazuli, not as much. The white gold, light gold, opal violet, I would consider them more as glaze colors because they are very transparent on purpose. And now, it's not because they shine less that the gem are less pretty. The shine is still there, it's just more subtle. But like, ooh la la. And one thing I can appreciate most out of everything is that they don't smell like Parmesan. I do not know what kind of binder they used at the Wish brand factory, but the other set that I got from my mom, who got it off of Wish, absolutely stinks of Parmesan, and I cannot work with them. At least here I got some metallic colors. Some of them are like extremely opaque, which is a good thing. Like the pearl ones, you can tell that the mica that they use is silver to make them more different from the gems, which have a darker mica. The golds have their respective mica. Of course, gem black is silver mica. I mean, like, duh. But it has a nice little gunmetal look to it. But yeah, super, super, super happy. If you guys are interested in a demonstration, I have yet to paint something other than a color swatch yet. But if you guys are interested in a demonstration, tell me. I might film a speed paint or something eventually. I have an idea of what I want to do, but I'm kind of busy. You gotta film content for the algorithm and all that bullshit. Like and subscribe. Like, I love showing off for you guys. Like, I like to show my supplies, so if you guys are interested in them, you can go and get them yourselves. That's why I make sure you guys know the names and the color code, the color names, stuff like that. Because it's not necessarily me going, I got better stuff than you. It's more like, I got good stuff and I would like to share it. So if you guys want the good stuff, you know what it's called, so you can go and get some, you know? So the reason we are here today, as I said earlier, the OLOColor Challenge of the month. So let's take a look at this month's colors. We, in the original OLOColor codes, we have a V1.1 Heather, V1.6 Petunia, and R1.8 Maroon. Here are the X codes. I will try to say very slowly and enunciate clearly, unlike my followers' names, because I'm an idiot. DBB8D8 662 361617. I'm certain somebody's going to think that this is some kind of, I don't know, cabal underground codes, but no, they're just, if you put them in your paint program, you're gonna get the color. So what did I decide to use in the materials I actually have on hand? We have the Ohuhu V020 Pale Lilac. So already you guys have a better idea. Well, I got the colors in the corner right down here, so yeah. P2 Light Violet. There's nothing light about this violet, but still, it's a pretty color. It's a pretty color. And something that's going to look weird once you see the chameleon version, R7 Old Red. Now, I know in the corner down here, it looks like frankly brown, and this looks like this bright, like fuchsia looking red. But I can assure you it does not look like on the cover. And in the chameleons, come here. Let's see what color I'm not going to use. V02 Mauve. I have to remember constantly that in English it's pronounced mauve, because in French it's pronounced mauve. And I'm not there in my colors in Spanish. So yeah. Pura pura. That's PR. I wrote it all weird. There we go. PR4 Purple Grape. Still freaking salty that Chameleon doesn't reply to my emails. At least Ohuhu has the professionalism of answering when I email them. BR4 Burnt Umber. Let's remind everybody of the meme of somebody putting two tubes of paint on their table with burnt umber and raw umber and coating. Does nobody know how to cook umber? So yeah, as you guys can see, raw umber is closer to the color that you guys can see in the corner compared to the R7. But I promise the R7 is much darker than what it looks like on the cap. Ipso facto, let's move on to everybody's favorite part, the Wheel of Morality. We don't have a lot of choices this month, so we know at least one of you guys is not going to be picked. And the only way to know which one is going to be is to get started. Therefore, Wheel of Morality, turn, turn, turn. Tell us the lesson that we shall learn. And we have sound today, apparently. I usually keep my stuff on mute, so I don't know why you decided to use sound, but that's okay. So we have we're starting with Princess Daisy. It's okay, I'm okay with that. Get the card back in. Now I just said Princess Daisy, but I know like what the person wanted. So I'm just gonna go and get my reference. I know what Princess Daisy looks like, but it's always good to have reference on hand. Even for your own characters. Just gonna scoot my water a little closer so I can get this. That time again. Hi, Coco. We passed really close to your suggestion, so maybe on the next round. Like it's literally 4 equal slices. I mean, come on. Of course, I'm going to show the paints again tomorrow on the Bootleg Cookie live stream. There's a lot of repetition because not everybody will see every episode. These are recorded. There's always going to be some new people watching. I wish I would stop hooking the wire that is plugging my phone into the wall. Of course, a reminder that the requests will be dropped in my Ko-fi shop at the end of the stream. Currently questing to get a mat for my dad. Now, to be perfectly transparent, I bought the mat and my mother paid for the other half. So half of that money will go to my mother to repay her because my dad, like, seriously needed that acupressure mat. I know I am asking for a lot of stuff, but, like, there is never any obligation, and it's not a thing of pay for this, then pay for that, then pay for that, then pay for that for me. It's more like you have options, and one of the options is literally don't do anything, you know? Like, you don't want to subscribe to my Patreon, it's okay, I have a Ko-fi. Or if you don't want to give me money, you just want to help me get some stuff, I have a throne. Or if you're broke, share my posts, you know? Just don't want anybody to feel guilty or to feel like they have to. I'm just saying I am offering a ton of options to help support me. Like, I got the stars now on my Facebook posts. Of course, there's always ink on Tapas. There's super likes on Webtoons. There's a donation pool on Global Comics. Like, you guys have choices. If you like my stuff, consider helping. And if you can't help monetarily, share my post. That is literally free and it would help so much. Like and subscribe. But in the meantime, let's enjoy me drawing some fetish content, obviously. Oh, speaking of fetish content. Recently, the TV Tropes page for Super Mario Adventures Continued has been updated with Power Trip stuff. There's not a lot, but they do mention Chemical and Chemical's hair changing all the time. And they have still kept the fact that I tend to draw Peach more curvy, and that I like to show off Daisy's butt. So that entertains me that you guys not only noticed that, but noticed that to a point that you felt it needed to be documented. That entertains me very much. Y'all thirsty as fuck is what I'm saying. You guys think I should ask for a new kneaded eraser, or... Heard there's a way to clean them. Maybe I should try that first. Because it's still a pretty damn good kneaded eraser. as long as it doesn't smear more pencil marks than it takes soft, it's still good. It's still good. Rub-a-dub-dub. Recently built myself a Google Calendar. Try to keep on top of my stuff, because I don't know for you guys, but I am sick and tired of accidentally painting myself in a corner because I have ADHD. Sure, why don't you get your ADHD assessed and made official so you can get the medicine to help you control that? Let's turn back around to the first sentence. You have ADHD. I have ADHD. That's why I haven't gotten around to it. Let's be realistic here. Like, I clearly remember that the questionable psychologist reassuring me, quote unquote, that I did not have ADHD or I am not autistic or stuff like that, but that's also the one that decided that I was suicidal and was convinced that she was the one that was going to save me. So yeah. Don't trust her too much. Just gonna put some spike on this one too, because I forgot, because once again I am supposed to be a professional and clearly I am not. Anybody else at this point probably beat the 1,000-Year Door? I recently beat it. I started a new playthrough in French. Don't know yet if I'm going to eventually go back to my first playthrough and try to 100% it. Come on. Sorry, my tablet was giving me issues. It had gone to sleep, didn't want to wake up. And I kind of need it because my references are on there. I still remember the era where I had to print all my references. That was a lot of wasted paper, sadly. also good news. Gabe, the writer for Super Mario Adventures Continued, signed up for TV Tropes, and finally, the one information that was giving me a lot of grief was corrected. For the longest time on TV Trope, it was said that there was one Koopa that shared Launch's hair, both her blonde and black, but in the Smack canon, it's twin sisters named Brunch and Snack, respectively. If you're not sure which is which, Brunch is blonde and Snack is black. That's how you remember. Snack rhymes with her hair color. So now I'm going to look real good in case I forget lines, because I've noticed that I've been forgetting at least one line per set of cards lately. Because once again, this has nothing to do with my ADHD, it's simply because I'm an idiot. Let's have Daisy dry up a little bit. And let's see who's going to be our second victim. I just cut the sound. Oh, look at that. Smack in the middle. There we go. Yes, because I have a light with 3 intensities. Ooh la la, I'm so special. Wheel of Morality. Turn, turn, turn. Tell us the lesson that we shall learn. Finally! Fina-fuckingly! You see, this is my best friend Coco's request that they've been asking for several months now. And I have no control on what the Wheel of Morality chooses. But finally, there it is! And I do have an idea. I mean, it's been on the wheel for so long now. I do have an idea what I'm going to draw for this. But oh my god, the end of an era! Woohoo! Woohoo! I can imagine Coco by herself watching this. Like, woo! Yes! Now, personally, I don't watch Bob's Burgers. How many burgers does he have? Just one or plural? Plural, probably, because it's his restaurant. It's written right here. Right here on my reference. So yeah, I don't watch it. I don't watch much TV. Once again, this is where people, you think you're better than us? No. I don't see the point in watching TV, mostly because I will not be paying attention to it. Like, I do listen, quote-unquote, to YouTube shows while I'm drawing. And if I'm to watch a show, I would like for myself to actually pay attention to it. But I don't, because I'm busy. And for those curious, why I'm always thinking that people think I'm better than them, it is not because I think I'm better than them. It is literally a trauma response from a lot of adults. When I was a kid, telling me and teaching other kids to tell me that I think that I'm better than them. And because I'm neurodivergent, I have to constantly explain myself. There, and I drew it like one of those 2 parts school pictures. Noise, I was getting some Kleenex because allergies are kicking my ass. And if they're kicking your ass, shouldn't you be getting some toilet paper? Game Grumps humor. Like and subscribe. So what is this? Is this a toy? Is this a gummy candy? I like to think it's a toy that went into the microwave. I look up references, but I don't look up the lore. Personally, I think if that's evil Kuchikopi, that's what I look like in the morning when I get up. I have so much shit strapped to my face. And it's all pink, so I kind of look like a Hello Kitty nurse from Silent Hill when I get up. Voyons, pourquoi tu me donnes du trouble de même pour te réveiller? Now there's a good chance. Today is the last day to participate in the Barbarian Queen Charybdis crowdfunder. We're only trying to get more books in more hands. I'm just gonna go and get the link. It's not gonna be too long. Okay, so maybe it is going to be a little long. Ah, there we go. I want the long URL, I want the small one. There we go. So yeah, this is the last day. I will continue to share it because it's there's only 10 hours left, so if anybody wants a Barbarian Queen Charybdis book with some nice extras, now's the time. The book is funded because once the crowdfunder closes, we are sending all this to print so we can actually send them to people that want them. So that's going to be nice. Nice, nice, nice. Like we got some prints, we got some saisons. We got some bundles with, I think it was 20 other indie comics that come with the bundle, including saison. Like we got covers from Mike Ruth, the amazing Mike Ruth, who is not only talented and worked on Swamp Thing, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, more stuff like that. Look, it's like my own career, okay? I work on so much stuff I cannot remember it all, so you can't ask me to remember someone else's amazing career. He's not happy with being super talented. He is also the nicest teddy bear you've ever met. Like Lee was like, we need another artist so we can get some more merch and stuff like that, and I was like, I know exactly who you want. Give me 5 minutes. And I was like, you're looking for the best dude? The best dude is Mike Ruth, hands down. I like to think I did pretty well, because that's another thing I actually like about the challenge, that sometimes people will ask me for characters I have never heard of, and I feel that's part of the challenge, because like I said before, I'll say it again, and I'll repeat it until the end of time. If it was just of me, all I would be drawing would be Pokemons and ponies that would match with the colors of the challenge. That's not what we want. We want to be actually challenged. I want the Wheel of Morality to make me think internally, why? No, not that. No, so what I'm gonna do, I'm going to be quote-unquote coloring the back Kuchi Kopi lighter. I would be lining it lighter than the front one. If only to make it look more faded, because I will be coloring them the same color. So yeah, I was waiting for some specific art supplies that did not show up yet. However, I have a plan B. Because I do want to show them off once they arrive. I can't say much yet because I don't like I have luck, okay? Sometimes it's incredibly good luck, sometimes it's incredibly bad luck. So I have luck, and I'm afraid that if I talk about too much about what I'm waiting on, it will not show up. I will say It's a supply I have not experienced yet. And that I have allegedly won. And I will leave it at that until it actually shows up in my mailbox. There! So, I'll put that up here and grab Daisy. I have a cramp in my right ankle, and it hurts like the dickens, and I hate my life. Ow, 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 ow. I'm stretching my foot, and Lily's looking at me like, why are you bothering me so much? We have 3 people watching today. Hello, 3 people. Thank you for finding some time in your day to come see me live. I understand that the time I schedule for these is not super practical for anybody involved. That's why I'm thankful when you guys show up. It's the only time I have for me, you know? I told you it was much darker. And this is why I like to brush tips. I will say something about Ohuhus. Right now they're having a like a poll or a questionnaire or something about what refill colors they should make next. And I'm thinking all. It would make more sense to have them all on hand personally, because not everybody will use up the same colors at the same time. Oh, Peachy's really easy to draw. It's pretty, il se ressemble. No, I'll leave it at that. Oops, I forgot the side jewels. The side jewels. The side jewels. Whoops. Stay in the frame, you. So you see, I did my best with the colors. But sometimes le cœur veut ce qu'il veut, hein? Don't fall asleep, tablet. You're hard enough to wake up as it is. Of course, I put the blenders back in the... I'm just going to use a Copic blender. Nobody tell who. No. Shh. All of you. You guys can't see her, but Lily is in board mode right now. She's on her back. With her little legs sticking up. With her eyes closed, she's adorable. And again, when is Lily not adorable, I'm asking you. Gotta layer. If you want some shadow, and you only got 3 colors. sure we're good for Daisy. Now let's get Rubber Face McRubbery. To start using the Everyone tool wherever it works, so more people can see when I'm streaming, so they don't miss it, and they have no excuse. Oh yeah, did you guys see what Adobe is doing right now? Cannot believe the cat levels of audacity. Basically what's going on right now is that you are forced to accept the new TOS if you want to use their products. And the new TOS basically says that it can go and grab your work to use as they please, basically, and that would include training their AI. Even if they claim that's not what they're doing, the words say otherwise. Y'all already know about my disdain of Adobe, and they are doing themselves absolutely zero favors. So Shiro, would you recommend Clip Studio? I would recommend Clip Studio. Would you recommend GIMP if I don't want to pay for Clip Studio? I would recommend GIMP. I used to use GIMP before I used Clip Studio. Last time I used, like regularly, an Adobe product was Adobe Photo Deluxe that I had learned about on the Mac at school in 1997. I didn't even know what a Mac was at the time. Like the computers in the computer lab looked exactly like the computers in the second floor. The computers in the computer lab, it was like a whole big room. Computers on the second floor, there were like 2 of them in this tiny, tiny room. And like we had some sort of computer lab that we use strictly to learn how to type, and I think I passed that class mostly on speed because I never freaking learned how to type. Let's be honest here. Because, you know, they want you to type like a certain way using your entire hands, but they made us do it on like a DOS version of Tap Touche, and that was the slowest, dullest thing ever I wrote a Dragon Ball Z fanfic. In the meantime, I would write it, and when I saw that the teacher was coming, I would quickly switch to tap tush and type J, 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 J. When she would walk away, I would get back to the fanfic. So like the typing class version of doodling. Here's the thing, I do type fast already. The idea of learning the duetti, or whatever it's called in English, is to type fast, but I already type fast with my quote-unquote method. So basically, I was slowing myself down to match the level of the other students, and I was gonna sound again like I'm trying to shit on the other students, but I am not. Not everybody has a grandpa that trained them on a Commodore 64 starting at the age of 2. Seems to me there should be a little shadowing over here. Now we're gonna shaky a little bit. Armand says, "Go Shiro." I am allowed to use white now. All right. Up on the wall. Go click, click, click. Down through the chimney with old Saint Nick. Alright, we have 3 suggestions left, 2 slots. Let's see what the Wheel of Morality chooses this time around. Wheel of Morality, turn, turn, turn. Tell us the lesson that we shall learn. And we have Crash Bandicoot. All right. Let's see now. Crash. There you are. There's my boy. There's my little crashy boy. Could use a little Thank you. Oh, that's why it didn't sharpen too much. It was still on the quote-unquote blunts selection because I was sharpening some wooden pencils. That's okay. It's still a nice point. It's a dull point, but that's okay. I am focusing a lot on his ass. A little too much for my liking. I'm going for his more PlayStation 1 design. So he might look a little weird. Dirt than usual. I know what I'm doing. Narrator's voice, they lied. They had no idea what they were doing. As I keep saying, when has that ever stopped me before? Did I play Crash Bandicoot? I played like a couple minutes from the first one because I have a demo disc somewhere that also has a demo of Chocobo Racing on it. I'm just not that big on platforms. I'm not that good on platforms either. Like, the only reason I've been able to beat the more recent Mario platforms is because they make them easier. There, I've said it. And I don't really bother about 100%ing a game, because when I play games, I'm about having fun, and sometimes it's fun to 100%. Sometimes I really don't care. I love 100%ing Chrono Trigger. Did I ever get all the endings? No, because I love 100%ing Chrono Trigger. That is an issue. Because in order to get all the endings, you gotta leave some stuff behind and not do some stuff and not make certain choices. And I'm like, but I want to see everything. I love this game. So I can't see all the endings because I want to see everything in the game. So that's kind of counterproductive, isn't it? Far from me from telling Naughty Dog at the time how to work, but those are some fugly shoes. Who has the license for Crash Bandicoot right now? Y'all know this is going to bother me until I look it up. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go look it up. And it gives me a little chance to get a little break, have a little sip of water. Who owns Crash Bandicoot right now? Oh, okay. Wow. Microsoft owns Activision Blizzard. It owns Associate. On va recommencer ça, okay? Now Microsoft owns Activision Blizzard. It owns all associated intellectual property, including Crash and Spyro. See how much I don't practice? I knew all this shit back when I was working in a video game store. Well, the video game section of an electronics store. And now it's all gone. Because I do remember Spyro belonging to Activision at some point, I'm pretty sure. It's hard to keep track of monopolies. Well, let's clean him up as best as one can clean up trash. Memories of console wars. Well, let's see how I decide to ink you. This is going to be interesting. And we'll have fun, fun, fun till a daddy takes the T-bird away. No, I am leaving it at that, or else I'm going to get yelled at for copyright infringement. And I don't want to sound vain, but I'm pretty sure nobody's watching my streams for my rendition of the Beach Boys. I know I'm quiet. We are here for the art. Think of it as ASMR silence. Don't forget the laces. As they would say in Ace Ventura 1, laces out. Oh. And there we go for Crash. Anybody else excited to see who will win the last Wheel of Morality turn? Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Wheel of Morality, turn, turn, turn. Tell us the lesson that we shall learn. Now, assuming I wrote this right, Melinoe from Hades 2. And that's who won this time around. Reference. Ah, there we go. Ah, that's better. Now this is a point. You gotta remember that the skull goes behind the ears. This isn't laziness, this is just me wanting to change the posing a little bit. So we will have her eyes closed. All our facial features. And she has a really small dainty nose. And this is why it's important to have an underdrawing, to draw the skull before you draw the hair, because you drape the hair on the skull. That's how it works. Pencil sharpener sounds like Dr. and Donuts roboticizing their bound kittens. Well, now I know what kind of sticker to put on it. Of course, we lose the detail that Milanoe has two different colored eyes. But honestly, at this point, I don't care. I just want to draw a different pose than what I usually draw. Something that I constantly remind myself, especially recently. Not every drawing is a reference. You don't have to show everything in every drawing. Or else you pretty much paint yourself in a corner and you're trying to show everything when you don't have to. And then your drawing gets needlessly complicated. Because you're trying to show everything, and sometimes it can even affect the anatomy. I know I just said that the sketch should show everything, but then it's about picking what should be shown. Because with a sketch, what happens is that you have the underdrawing, where you draw the entirety of the anatomy, and then you get to decide what gets discarded. Like if you're drawing two legs and one is clearly in front of the other, you will still draw the anatomy of the back leg, you just won't ink it, you know? Very orangey, so I'm going to ink her entirely in the darkest color. now for some reason, then again I think the reason is here, I've got part of the French intro to Sailor Moon in my head. I did not watch a lot of French Sailor Moon. First of all, the time slot for French Sailor Moon was, quite frankly, all over the place. It was playing while I was still at school, you know? And the times that I did get to see it, like I was at my grandma's, it was the weekend. Well, how come you could watch it at your grandma's but not at home? Different cable playing. Now, the other reason is that the voice acting in French Sailor Moon is questionable at best. Like, you guys know how in the anime they aged up Mamoru for from being in high school to being in college? Because in the book, Mamoru starts, he's 17, I think, you know? Like, he's literally just a couple years older than Usaki, and it's not that bad. And in the anime, he's older than that. I don't think he's in his 20s though, but he's older than 17. And well, what they did in the French version, they decided to have like this really old sounding man to do his voice. Like, the man sounds in his 40s. And it's uncomfortable to listen to. Also, it's the fact that in the French dub, they renamed him Bourdieu, and I don't know where that name comes from, and I don't want to know, because this is the most ridiculous name I've ever heard. I apologize if there are some real Bourdieus listening, but whatever that is, it's not a real name, okay? Okay. Let's have her dry up and go get Crash again so we can finish him up. Middle schooler dating a high schooler is but a college student dating a middle schooler would interest Chris Henson to Catch a Predator fame. See, when I told you guys that I forgot a line here. We're gonna ink it and wait a couple seconds. Still is Japan. They do things differently there. At least a high schooler dating a middle schooler in Japan, I find it less creepy than what they did in Cardcaptor Sakura. What did he do in Cardcaptor Sakura? Way too much. Way too much. Way too much. Bumbo. Petit automobile, Bill. Tu parais si fragile, Gilles. Sous ton drôle de capot, Bumbo. I am 5 years old. I'm shocked that the dub didn't age him down or put the kids in high school at least. I mean, the dub that I listened to, and I don't know if you've listened to the new dub, I have not listened to the new dub. The dub I grew up with had Haruka and Michiru as cousins, so yeah. And like, they had no problem with the whole Chibi-Yusa Mamoru thing, so... As long as it's straight, that's all we're asking. And Chibi-Yusa is a whole other thing, because she kept her crush on Mamoru even after knowing he's her dad. Like, but she's just a kid. She's a 903-year-old kid. Okay, okay. She knows better. She just literally refused to grow up. Bumbo, Bumbo, tes deux amis fidèles, tels, se raccrochent à tes ailes, ailes, pour pas tomber de haut. Bumbo, Bumbo. Quand tu respires une fleur, ça fait boum boum dans ton cœur. Tu affoles tes mécaniques et tu deviens Bumbo magique. Now, Bumbo I watched a lot. Here's the thing though, there was this fashion where translated anime would not get their final episode broadcast. So, like I never knew how much of my animes that I watched as a kid ended. I learned how Remy ended. Like, I was in my late 20s. I don't know how Bumbo ended. And fun fact, for the DVD version of Albator 84, which was Captain Harlock, the Humanoid Saga, they finally translated the last 4 episodes that were not translated, and that were not just not broadcast, they were not translated, the last 4. And oh my god, I don't know if they had decided to use all the original voice actors, and the one for the kid, he sounded like Bourdieu, let's put it like that. CCS anime didn't include that romance at all, just made a precocious crush. Oh, that's the thing, I did not watch Cardcaptor Sakura in English. Or the way they did it. Like Cardcaptors, Sierra Ran's story, because girls can't be heroes, even if we broadcast Sailor Moon just before. But I watched it in French. Nothing is censored, okay? Nothing is censored in the French dubs. Plural. I have seen more than my share of Goku and Gohan, okay? You get it? Those episodes that were simply not translated by Deke and Sailor Moon in English, I've seen them in French. They're not even that bad. Some scenes that were censored, like there's this baby that pisses in Anne's face. Like there's a scene where Yusaki changes his diaper and finds out that, oh, it's a boy. We also get to see that it's a boy. And I remember in the English dub, she's just pointing, and then Darian walks behind her and looks over her shoulder, and he says, oh, well, yeah, he's a boy. He just happens to have a girl's name. Like, I'm not complaining about that specific censorship. Like, thank you, I appreciate that. But yeah. French card captors Sakura, they don't censor anything, and they make sure you understand. It wasn't the Japanese one either. I think you're thinking of the manga. Oh, in the manga it gets worse. Like, it's actually reciprocated in the manga. The one quote-unquote romance I'm talking about. But I am talking about almost all. Like, Sakura's brother used to be in a relationship with his teacher. Sakura's mother was in a relationship with her teacher. Well, a teacher from the school. Like, what is with pairing these literal children with men, with older men, with adults? Like, what is going on, Clamp? Why are you like this? Do you need a safe space to talk? Do the inside of the mouth too, if only so we can see his teeth, and then I'm going to layer on his fur to make it darker and separate it from whatever's going on with his face. Clamp thinks age gap romances are dreamy. Yeah, well, they're a nightmare. Like, there's age gap and then there's literal kids. Like, the characters, the kid characters in Sakura card captors are like tiny, you know? Like, they are kids. They are definitely kids. There is no ambiguity here. They are kids. And then to have a teacher in the manga, just, you know, shits and giggles, go ahead and promise them once you graduate, once you're of age, I guess. They usually only say graduate. I will marry you. Then he goes out and gets a ring. And I'm like, ugh. Ew. Ooh, brother, ooh. That is a pretty accurate crash, if I do say so myself. Alright, we're almost done, people. One more card. One more card. Clap. One more card. Bit of water because it's important to hydrate. Got myself a bit of cheap meat yesterday. I did not feel like going out on Mondays, so I took about an hour to go and get myself some food. I got a little steak waiting for me tonight for supper. Because sometimes you just gotta make yourself happy. And me, what makes me happy is eating the flesh of the innocent. One thing that makes me wonder is every time someone has the argument when it comes to lab-grown meat, would you eat meat grown in a lab? And I'm like, fuck yeah. Like, first of all, an animal did not have to suffer. Like, I understand that if I want meat, animals have to die. I get that. The reason I'm not vegetarian is literally because I need meat. And before people, humans are omnivores. You can live perfectly well without meat. I get that. It's just, dietarily speaking, I do need meat. I will get like violently ill if I don't get a little bit of meat in the system. You could get the same results with tofu and stuff like that. Maybe, but I need the meat. I need the meat, okay? Humans don't need meat. Well, I'm not human, I am Fae, okay? Bon. And then people on the other end, well, would you eat meat grown in a lab? And I'm, fuck yeah! And it's also a texture thing. Like, you could have meat grown in a lab, and it would be like all the same shape, all the same texture. Like, why would I not, you know? Like, yes, please, may I have another? So even texture and an animal doesn't have to suffer? Like, sign me up. It's not a thing of I don't like vegetarian food. It's that it's not enough after a while. I cannot stress how much this is not an argument against vegetarianism. Like, you guys can live just on vegetables and beans and stuff like that. Good for you. Good. Perfect. Yes. Great. Fantastic. Can I? No. And honestly, giving me grief for that would be a little bit ableist on your part. And yes, I am serious. It's diet based, so in a way it would be like giving crap to people who can't digest dairy, or more typically when people give grief to people who have a gluten allergy. But this would be more like the opposite of an allergy, because I need it to function. So basically, get mad if you want doesn't change the fact that I need the shit to live. So yeah, would I eat meat grown in a lab? Yes. Because it's still meat. I need meat. Do I eat vegetarian food sometimes? Yes, I do. Do I enjoy it? Yes, I do. Food is food. And with that, we are done for today. I'm gonna add a little bit more depth. Layer, layer, layer. Never be afraid to layer. Especially with alcohol markers, because layering is crucial. Alright, let's back up, see what's going on. Sometimes I eat those vegetarian meals in a pouch that you heat for 60 seconds for a light lunch, but I like my meat. I like my meat too, and there's nothing wrong with vegetarian food. It's just not enough for me, that's what I'm saying. Alright. Let's manually zoom out as far as I can go. Hello, feather duster. And let's take a look at today's cards. We have Daisy, Kuchikopi, if I remember the name right, Crash Bandicoot, and Melanoe, I think it's pronounced, from Hades 2. Let's have a nice long look before I switch to the end screen. If you guys have any comments, now's the time. Before I hide your asses, in order to say thank you to our supporters. I'm giving you guys until 3 o'clock if you guys want to drop some last minute comments. Because I'm nice like that. Shiro's not nice. One minute. Well, I'm trying to give you guys some time here if you want to plug your art, your channels. Sadly, the chat doesn't allow external links, but you can say like your username at certain place. And there we have it. It is 3 o'clock. So we are moving, of course, to the end screen where we thank our supporters. Extra special caramel drizzle, gold flecked chocolate sprinkles. Thanks to our supporters Amber B, Paul K, Miss Inavis, Sir E Othered, Carl Bloke, Takahashi Kanako, Badat Multiplayers, and Supreme Crimson Leader. Your continued support is immensely appreciated as usual. Next live stream is going to be, of course, tomorrow, Sunday the 9th? Yes, Sunday the 9th at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. That's my time, not your time. Maybe your time. I don't know you. I don't know your life. Hope you guys had fun watching me draw this. A lot of fun drawing it. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I love you all, and bye-bye.